Here we go. What the fuck is that? Come on in here, y'all. How you doing? All right. Y'all in here? Shit. Damn wife calling me. Come on in here. Come on in here, y'all. Come on in here, chat room. Come on in here, chat room. Why are hip hop man fans so goddamn sensitive? What's up, Mark? 225 girl. What's up, Eve? New Black Media Appreciation Month. Yeah, this is New Black Media Appreciation Month, the month of April. Eve is the one that started that New Black Media Appreciation Month. That was a few years ago. I remember seeing that shit on Twitter a few years ago. Like, oh, that shit's dope. So salute to everybody that consumes New Black Media content. Salute to everybody that considers themselves New Black Media. And yeah, it is what it is. What's up, Swan X? I don't fuck with all the. I ain't gonna get into it. I'm not gonna get controversial tonight. Maybe not. But it is New Black Media Appreciation Month. But yeah, we want to talk about Hey Wally, I'm gonna get that done, dog. Wally, I've been doing so much shit, but you've been on my mind, brother. You've been on me for about a year to finally finish that. When my computer, I'm glad I did. When my computer crashed, dog, I thought about you because when my computer crashed, I found the top 200 list in my iCloud, so I still have it. Hell yeah, J. Cole equals NyQuil, Isaiah Edwards, and that's what we're here talking about. That's what we're here to talk about tonight. We're here to talk about why hip hop fans so goddamn sensitive. For hip hop fans to be the meanest, toughest, roughest, music out there, nigga, show is goddamn sensitive. Cats be so sensitive if you give an opinion about a rapper that they don't like. Oh my God, why you niggas get so goddamn mad? Why do hip hop niggas? That's why we having the Q&A tonight, chat room. I'm talking to y'all. I'm paying attention to what y'all talking about. Why do hip hop niggas get so goddamn mad when you say something they don't like? For those you don't know, this is what inspires tonight's talk. What inspired tonight's talk was I put up a post earlier. What's up, Olive Green? I put up a post earlier where I said hip hop fans. I said J. Cole is the Will Downing of hip hop, of rap. Doesn't make any bad music. I haven't heard any bad songs from J. Cole. Some songs are actually pretty damn good. Just like Will Downing. Well, I've never heard a bad song from Will Downing. Some of them are pretty good. But it's boring as fuck. Oh my God. Like, there's nothing in J. Cole's music, in his voice, in the beats that he picks. There's nothing interesting. I remember that weekend when All-Star Weekend, remember when All-Star Weekend was in Charlotte and J. Cole was out there helping? Even the dunk contest was boring when he was out there helping at the dunk contest. That was the most boring All-Star Weekend, was the one J. Cole, they kept showing his face sitting courtside. I don't care what none of you niggas say. J. Cole is boring as fuck. Okay? And I don't care how goddamn sensitive you hip hop niggas get. The niggas' music is boring. Puts me to sleep. Not interesting. Even the rhyme patterns are like that response to this to Kendrick. It's just like it gets so monotonous. His song gets so monotonous after a while. Where you shut and but that's my perspective on it. You know, I don't like his music. It's not to say I don't like all artists from North Carolina. Ain't a little brother from North Carolina, Virginia? Ain't they from that little brother? Ain't they from that region? I love little brother. Yeah, Brandon Jake on the nice side, NyQuil side. That's the thing, Apartment 56. I put that up there earlier. People was like, Dwan, you only saying that because you from the West Coast. I'm like, Outkast is my favorite fucking group ever. What are you talking about? I love the Far Side. Matter of fact, I know members from the Far Side. But I still prefer Tribe Called Quest. And they're from New York. You see how that work, you dumb niggas? I love the Far Side. Can't keep running away. But I prefer Tribe. And the Far Side is, they're from Pasadena, 20 miles from my house. I don't get into the regional shit. People make good music. One rapper that I like the least, Larry left me. One rapper that I like the least is J Rock. I never could get into J Rock. He from LA. I can't get into Tyler the Creator. He from LA. There's a lot of LA niggas I can't really get with. I couldn't get with Blueface. He from LA. It took me years to get into Nipsey. I used to just only buy his stuff because I used to always see him selling it on the corner. I didn't really get into Nipsey like that. When Nipsey was hot, you know what I mean? Like at the time, as far as rap goes, I mean, Nipsey's. I used to see Nipsey all the time. One of my favorite rappers is Common. You know, I don't give a fuck that Common's from Chicago, and I don't like his politics. I hate Common's politics. But from the late 90s to the mid 2000s, Common did no wrong. B, Like Water for Chocolate, Electric Circus, I fuck with all that. Hip hop niggas be simple minded like a motherfucker. You don't like somebody because of which region they're from. Why are you niggas so goddamn sensitive? And look, say I didn't like him because he from. Just say I didn't like J. Cole because he's from North Carolina. So, fuck you gonna do about it? And why you mad, hoe ass nigga? Say I just did not like or I don't like such and such because they from St. Louis. So, why you crying, grown ass man? Niggas be saying dumb shit, boy. Why? I don't understand why niggas get so sensitive if you don't like an artist they like. I don't get that shit. Hell yeah, To Pimp a Butterfly is a masterpiece. I didn't like Kendrick's last album, I did a review on it, and I got to see different. You know, I was very positive in my review because I saw what Kendrick was doing in his album, The Big Steppers. I saw where he was going with it, so I appreciated it. But I didn't like that album like that. The last time I listened to Kendrick's Big Steppers album was probably when I did my album review. I did an album review on Mixcloud, and now I had positive takeaways. I saw where he was going with it, but I ain't like Kendrick's last album like that. I haven't played it since I played Kendrick's album like 4 or 5 times the week that it dropped, and I ain't played it since. I still play Good Kid, Mad City, and I still play To Pimp a Butterfly, and I still play a couple songs on that other album. But I don't give a fuck about no region nobody's from. What I'm drinking now is a Grenache from Andrew Murray Vineyard. It's one of my vineyards I'm a member of in California Central Coast. Santa Ynez Valley. This wine is right behind Michael Jackson's Neverland Ranch. The Michael Jackson Neverland Ranch is in one of the most beautiful wine countries in the world. And right behind, like, about a few miles from Michael Jackson Neverland Ranch is the Curtis Vineyard in the Santa Ynez Valley. It's like on the backdrop of his ranch. But you're right, Antonio. I can't really ride to Kendrick's last album. It's kind of like, I appreciate it artistically. I like that he's doing his thing, you know. But in Kendrick's last album, there are certain things that raise red flags that I'm not going to say anything on until I get more evidence. Hold on. Look at Billie Holiday real quick. Ah, shit. There we go. There we go. So, and it's people that we gonna like them overall as an artist, but you're not gonna necessarily like a particular project. Like, let me give you an example. Stevie Wonder is one of my all-time favorite artists, but I'm not a huge fan of the of the In the Square Circle album. It's a couple songs on the In the Square album. Characters. That's the one. Characters. That album. I think it's one like a part-time lover. There's a couple songs on Character I like from Stevie, but overall, it's not my favorite Stevie album. You know, same thing with Hotter Than July. That was in the middle of Stevie's run. Hotter Than July dropped. But it's not my favorite Stevie album, okay? I like a few songs on Hotter Than July. Mainly, what's the song? Jammin'. Didn't know you would be jamming until the break of dawn. That's one of my favorite songs, Master Blaster Jammin'. But overall, I'm not a big fan of Hotter Than July by Stevie Wonder. I love Master Blaster Jammin'. Stevie Wonder to me is probably my favorite solo artist of all time. He and Michael are tied. Michael Jackson and Stevie Wonder to me are tied for my favorite solo artists of all time. Just like Parliament Funkadelic and Earth, and Fire are tied for my favorite bands of all time. And I love Earth, and Fire. But I'm not a big fan of the album with I think that was Power Light with Let's Groove. I love Earth, and Fire. I love Earth, and Fire. But every time I hear, let this groove get you to move, it's all right. All right. I don't like that song. And I don't like none of that album either. I do not like Let's Groove by Earth, and Fire. And it's my favorite band of all. I listen to Earth, and Fire every day. If I turn on music, I listen to... okay, let's be safe. I listen to Earth, and Fire. If I turn on music 6 out of 7 days a week, I'm going to come across Earth, and Fire somewhere. Parliament Funkadelic. Love Parliament Funkadelic. But the Electric Spanking of War Babies album, I'm not a big fan of. I don't really like Electric Spanking of War Babies by Funkadelic. I don't like that album like that. That's music, people. Yeah, Invincible. Invincible and Dangerous are not my... It takes a lot. It take a whole lot for me to listen to Invincible. As much as I love Michael Jackson. It'll take a whole lot for me to listen to Dangerous and Invincible all the way through. I got cuts on those albums, but I'll never all the way get into those two albums. History, however, is probably one of my favorite Michael Jackson albums, and it's not one of his most popular. You know what I mean? We should be able to have a little bit of fun, talk a little bit of shit about music without some weak ass nigga crying that you don't agree with what they agree with. It's okay that you and I don't like the same music. That's fine. Fellas, it's okay if we don't agree. You still cool in my book. There's nothing wrong with you if you say you hate whatever. That's fine. Because when I said that about that joke I said about J. Cole being the NyQuil of music, the first thing these sensitive ass niggas did was go at Kendrick. Like, so go at Kendrick all you want. I don't know that nigga. I don't care if you like Kendrick, that's fine. You think that's a response to me? Oh, I don't like Kendrick Lamar. He's weak too. Okay, you think he's weak? Fine. Weird. Like, I'm from LA, and like I've never been a big fan of MC8. I like certain songs from MC8, but all that coming from Compton, Jim. It's just something about MC8's whole stilo that I've never like gotten down with. And I respect MC8. I like when I see his interviews how much he supports his son and his family. I don't have nothing. I don't dislike MC8 personally. But the whole gangster character, the gangster music, I hated that. I hated that gangster era. Did I ever tell y'all that? I think I told y'all. Well, some of y'all might be new. Some of my old schools in here may have heard me say this before, but the gangster era of music, I don't like that. I was never a fan of gangster rap in LA. And I mean going back to 1993. I've never been a fan of it because I saw what happened right in front of me. Like, I grew up in South Central LA. Like, the whole gangster thing, for me, has never been a flex. Like, I never did understand dudes who don't bang but go around talking about blood this and cuz that. Like, never liked it. Never liked it. Never liked the banging in the music. Part of the reason why, that's why, even it's funny with that being said, it's a paradox. I never liked banging, but I'm still a huge DJ Quick, and I'm a huge Snoop fan. I love Snoop. But my favorite Snoop album is probably The Last Meal. You know, after he left a lot of that gangster stuff. I like Rhythm and Gangster, the Blue Carpet Treatment. You know, but I never liked the Chronic. I appreciate the Chronic music, but I remember when the Chronic dropped, I liked it. I never disliked Doggy Style either, but I remember seeing a lot of everything when the whole Sagging Pants era came in. Because the truth is, when Snoop, Dre, when they dropped, that's when the studio gangsters started to become a thing. See, before the 90s in LA, any nigga that wore like Jerry curls and glasses, lows, you was a gangster. Civilians didn't wear cornrows back then. Like, you couldn't be a civilian wearing cornrows in 89, 90. That's how the gangsters dressed. Gangster rap started making regular niggas dress like gangsters. And I never liked it. I never liked it. Because I grew up in the South Central where the gangbangers dressed a certain way and the squares like me dressed a totally different way. I didn't wear corduroys. I didn't wear Kroger sacks. I didn't wear like we knew squares like me. You don't wear no fucking starter jacket, nigga. The fuck? The fuck you throwing a starter jacket? You want to get robbed? Niggas don't wear no fucking starter jackets unless you banged back in the day. It was a clear distinction between the gangster and the civilian. When gangster rap started to get more prominent, those lines started to get more blurred. And I remember being at Westchester High and like seeing these kids, because I was raised in the Crenshaw district, but a lot of the kids at Westchester was raised like in like Ladera Heights and shit like that. I remember seeing like the kids who was like raised in Ladera Heights, all of a sudden, these niggas are saying cuz this and blood that. And I'm like, man, nah, you ain't about to get me saying cuz blood. But they weren't saying blood at Westchester. A lot of niggas was fake ass 60s. The real 60s went to Crenshaw. The fake 60s came to Westchester. In our school was the pretty boys. You know, we were all my school, but it was all these pretty boys, and there was some niggas from the Crenshaw, from Slauson area. It was some genuine 60s there were some genuine 60s at Westchester. There were some, but most of them niggas weren't genuine Crips. They was niggas who just started saying "cut." It really got bad when Tupac hit. When Tupac, and unfortunately, I said unfortunately, look at all this Keith that I'm getting now. I'm smoking all this Keith with it too. But when Tupac hit Death Row, that's when the studio gangster really took off. That's when I noticed all the regular ass kids, all the regular ass niggas started saying, cuz this, blood, cuz that, cuz this. And I remember being like, I grew up in the belly of the beast, man. That's not I don't shoot this good because, oh, Willie, I saw her so many goddamn gunshots in my life growing up. That's not fun to me. That's not cool to me. So when the gangster era of rap took off in the early 90s, I didn't like it. I didn't like it. I mean, I didn't like it at real time. I'm talking about I didn't like it when I was 12. I've never been one of these little dumbass kids that just walk around. I've always been observant of my environment. And I saw when you grew up in South Central, you couldn't perpetrate. Perpetrate was I knew the word perpetrate when I was 7, nigga. I remember hearing niggas say that when I was 7 and 8. Perpetrate. Don't perpetrate. So I never perpetrated. Never perpetrated. So when Death Row hit and when Tupac hit, the perpetrating game, and Biggie, when them niggas hit, when that whole Tupac Biggie thing hit, that was 9th grade. That was 9th grade, Westchester High School. I remember seeing it. I thought it was the dumbest shit ever. Like, why do you niggas want to bang? I saw way too many niggas get shot to want to bang. I never liked it. Never liked it. So when you dumb niggas come to me talking about something, you don't like a certain sound because it comes from the South. Fuck you. There's music I like, and there's music I don't like. I don't give a fuck which region. The only regions I care about is which my wine come from. That's what I care about. What region my wine comes from. And pour the rest of this in this cup. That's the only thing I care about. Which region my wine comes from. Because California is great. But when you get into Temecula, Temecula makes the worst fucking wine ever. Don't ever get wine from Temecula. It is the most overpriced, bad wine you're going to find. You want California Central Coast, Santa Ynez Valley. You want Russian River, Northern California. You like Russian River wine is even me is better than wine in Sonoma and Napa. It's the only regional banging I'm gonna do. Is where my wine come from. So I don't play that regional shit. If you ever want to talk music with me, I play regions to the point to where you know where it comes from. Like I love the Philadelphia sound. I don't play that regional shit because we all black Americans. You dumbass hip hop niggas been doing all that regional banging. Now here come the Jamaicans and the Puerto Ricans taking all that shit. Fucking idiots. I like to point out a region as far as knowing where it's sourced from, but there are no good and bad regions of music. Yes, I am American. You aren't, nigga. Your father ain't the one you think it is. Whoever told me I'm not American, nigga. That nigga that raised you was just a new nigga that your mama was fucking. That wasn't your real daddy, all right? Fuck out here gonna tell me I'm not American. Yeah, I care about which region my weed come from. That's what I care about. I care about which region my wine come from. I care about which region my weed come from. Musically, I just want some music. I just want some good music musically. Don't ever tell me I'm not American, nigga. I am American like a motherfucker. Yep. Uh-huh. I said, if you ain't vote for me, you ain't black. Joe Dementia. That was funny. Oh, I smoked some good tree. This probably be a really good one here because I just scraped out a bunch of keef that I've been sitting in my grinder. It's a bunch of keef that I've been sitting in my grinder for like the last 6 months, 7 months. I haven't scraped out my grinder since last summer. So I just scraped out all that from my grinder. I just scraped it out. Y'all know I don't fuck around when it comes to weed. Come on now. Y'all see that? Y'all see all that up in there? Y'all see that? Y'all see that? I don't fuck around, man. I get my shit. I play. And I got more over here. I do not play. Right? And I got way more inside the house. Shit. I reorder my weed when I down to an ounce. That's when it's time to reorder. I re-up at an ounce. Because if I get below an ounce, I don't want to run out. I do not want to run out. Yeah, so when I get to an ounce, Mr. Weed, weed niggas be slow. Sometimes they come the same day. Sometimes they ain't going to come for a few days. I get good deals, so I don't ever want to out. But back to what we talking about. Wally asked, what's my favorite area of hip-hop music as a whole? I don't know if I have a favorite. Honestly, I don't know if I have a favorite region. Well, I would say no. Let me take it back. The West Coast is obviously the West. I like the West, yeah. If I have a favorite region, it's the West. Because West Coast hip-hop is really as far as multiple artists, is who I can listen to the most. Specifically LA. But even West Coast, like my mix, when it comes to me hip hop, if I'm in my pocket, man, I'm playing J.O. Felony, I'm playing Snoop, Too Short, Ice Cube. Ice Cube's my favorite rapper of all time, Ice Cube. I'm playing Kendrick, DJ Quick, anything produced by Battle Cat. That's always my go-to when it comes to hip hop. Anything produced by Quick, Battle Cat, Daz, Dre, yeah. But then after that, look. But let me tell you this: I love Outkast just as much as I love anybody on the West. Flat out, I like Common just as much as anybody on the West. I like Pharrell, even though he be. I'm gonna get in that's later. That's not something else. But I like Fonte. I like Little Brother. I love Little Brother. I love Nas. Appreciate that Whippy Dippy. I love Nas, man. I'm not really a fan of E40. I like 40. I appreciate 40, but I don't really like 40's music. Same reason why I don't really like anything. I don't like Lil Wayne. I don't like T.I. Was never an Ice-T fan. Even when Ice-T was hot, I was never an Ice-T fan. You know? Andre 3000 and Big Boy could do no wrong. So, no, I'm not missing out on E40 because I just don't like him. I like his wordplay. I'll be first to give him credit. All the izzle dizzle that Snoop does, he got that from E40. See, I'm not a big fan of E40, and I'm a huge Snoop is in my top 4. Snoop is always gonna be on Mount Rushmore rappers, but I can still give credit to E40, a rapper who I don't really fuck with like that, for inspiring a rapper I really like, and Snoop Dogg. It ain't personal when it comes to music. It's just preference. It's not personal. It's preference. Lisa Ray, I'm with you. I was never a huge Tupac fan. To me, I appreciate Tupac's artistry. I love his passion. I love his variety. I love, his variety of subject matter. But outside of To Live and Die in LA, I like Tupac most with Digital Underground because I love Digital Underground. I love Digital Underground. I like Digital Underground more. I like anything Digital Underground more than I like Tupac. I'll say that again. I like Digital Underground more than I like Pac. And if you take someone expressing their opinion about music as hate, then yeah, get the fuck out of here. Please get the fuck out of here. The only people I want around here is people who can express how they feel and what they think about a particular topic without weirdos getting mad. They said if I like Gangstar, fuck you. I never shit on Pac. When did I shit on Pac? That's why I stay away from hip hop conversations. I like talking to real music fans because real music fans, I can say, hey, I like SWV. They're not gonna say why you hating on Escape. You ever notice that? You could say you like Smokey Robinson. People wouldn't say why you hating on Marvin Gaye. Or if you say, hey, I don't really like the OJs. I don't really, outside of a song or two, they're not really my thing. I prefer the Whispers. Nobody's gonna say you hate the OJs. I just literally talked about how much I appreciate Pac, and I like what Pac did to me. I like his artistry. I like a lot of things. I like what Tupac was about. I like what he represented. But his music just doesn't do it for me. It never has. And part of the reason is I remember when All Eyes on Me dropped. I just remember, I just remember like when Tupac took on that energy. I just remember seeing so many dudes in here in LA take on that energy, and it wasn't good. And it was so unnecessary. It was just so unnecessary. So many cats in the '90s on that gangster persona, and then when Tupac died, the Bad Boy shit hit. Bad Boy was around. They were around when Tupac was around, obviously. But after Tupac died, it was when Puffy really started to take off. And then the fuckboy era of rap came in. I got more money for you, which led to Puffy and Jay-Z and that whole style, that Jay-Z style, which really killed off rap. That whole I got more money than you shit came out after the gangster era. And if you ask me, the whole I got more money than you era was more damaging than the gangster era. Tupac is not the greatest to me. Everything that Tupac represented on the conscious side, Ice Cube said, and Ice Cube said it better. Ice Cube's Death Certificate album is a should be in the fucking Smithsonian for the artistry within and the prophecy that it was. It's the only album that predicted the LA riots was coming. Name another album that predicted riots. I'll wait. Go back and listen to Death Certificate. Black Korea, Horny Little Devil, I Want to Kill Sam. This shit was telling you the LA riots was coming. And then 6 months later, boom, it happened. Ice-T didn't say it better than Cube. Ice-T said a lot of stuff first, but he did not say it better. Calm the fuck down. Ice-T is more memorized for his movies. I'll tell you one thing Ice-T did say better. Ice-T said, I got 99 problems with a bitch ain't one. He said that better than Jay-Z, I'll tell you that. I got 99 problems with a bitch ain't one. That's Ice-T. Hell yeah, Biz Markie. Cave bitch? Come on now, Cave bitch? You've never seen a rapper before or since do a song as direct and as blunt and as real as Cave Bitch by Ice Cube. Please, that white bitch, I won't play that. Just because I got my LA hat stomping, walking in my big black boots is the jingle. Now you want Mandingo. I'm coming from the land where the chopper's wrong. Stringy hair, no airy air, frontin' and faking with your silicone pair. Do I want to fuck? Not hardly. That's kind of like Barbie fucking Bob Marley. It ain't gonna happen. So fuck you, bitch. I'm from the land where the chopper's wrong. So fuck you, bitch, and your copper tone. Give me a black goddess sister. I cannot resist her. No stringy hair, blue-eyed, pale-side, recessive, depressive. Nigga, come on now. Oh, nigga. Because that nigga Pop gave us Dear Mama. He gave us a lot of music to live by. But he also gave us a lot of music to die by, too. But that's him being a Gemini. But he's a Gemini. Cube is a Gemini. Kendrick's a Gemini. Such is life. But there is no greatest. Because when it comes to our greatest of all time, none of them are in hip hop. I'm sorry. When it comes to great black writers and artists, I I don't put nobody in hip hop at the top of that. They're in the top. Let me tell you back. There are people in hip hop who are on the top tier of greats, but ain't nobody in hip hop fucking with Michael Jackson. Nobody in hip hop is fucking with Stevie Wonder. Nobody in hip hop is fucking with Duke Ellington. Nobody in hip hop with George Clinton. Sorry. Nobody in hip hop is fucking with Miles Davis. Yeah. 99.9999999% of hip hop ain't fucking with Curtis Mayfield. So now there are hip hop artists who are at top tier. But ain't nobody in hip hop fucking with Dizzy Gillespie. Dizzy Gillespie literally is a Charlie Parker. No one hip hop's fucking with Charlie Parker. Dizzy and Charlie are really the impetus for not only pop, but they're also the impetus for Latin jazz, for salsa, bossa nova. Nobody in hip hop was at the forefront of creating more genres than, nobody in hip hop is more proficient in multiple genres than Herbie Hancock. Nobody in hip hop is fucking with Muddy Waters. Nobody. Nobody. Kanye West wouldn't be in the top 100 of our. If we really understood our creative artists of all time, Kanye West wouldn't be 100. Kanye West isn't top 100 as far as innovation in production and music style. Kanye West he ain't no Norman Whitfield. Kanye West don't play keyboards and instruments like that. I love Kanye, and they make it very clear. Kanye is one of my all-time favorites, especially 2000s Kanye. I love Kanye West. Especially when he was with Common. That work Kanye did on the B album and Like Water for Chocolate. I love Kanye. But you don't get credit for sampling. Yeah, Donald Byrd, Ramsey Lewis. See, this is what you hip hop lames don't realize. When you're talking about a Kanye or Pharrell, these artists that sampled the biggest hits. The hardest part in music is having a thought, an idea musically, but making those chords make sense, resolving one chord to the next, making that horn lick, that keyboard lick, the drums, deciding what tempo you're going to play it, and then once you come up with the structure and the melody, now when you get to the end of these melodies, how do you resolve the chords? How do you bring this all together into harmony? That's where the music takes place. And if you're not creating music from scratch, you just avoided the hardest part of the whole song. When you can just take a sample and put it through a computer and let the computer harmonize it, you just You just made the hardest part go away. Um, as many songs as Duke Ellington put out. Imagine how many more songs Duke Ellington put out had he not been trying to resolve chords and keys and shit like that. How much more music could Stevie Wonder have put out had he had not had he not had to resolve those chords? There's no disrespect to Kanye. I love Kanye West. Don't get me wrong. I love Kanye West music. But what Kanye was doing and what Hal Davis, James Carmichael, Leon Ware, what they were doing is completely a different, my brother. I'm bald because your mama sucked my dick so good my hair fell out. That's why I'm bald, Zulia. Your mama sucked hair out my scalp with her powerful jaws. That's why I'm bald, okay? Any more questions? So, back to what we talking about. So, no. What Andre Crouch is a gospel, the Hawkins singer. Them gospel music directors, that's music. What's up, Miriam? I was talking to my father-in-law the other day about recording music in the 60s. Yeah, Antonio's fucked up James Brown, George Clinton, Martin mentioned. Yes, we will compare hip hop to all other genres. Yes, the fuck we will. Because it's all the blues, right? Hip hop likes to act like it's special, like it's doing some real special shit that the world's never seen before. No. Hip hop, especially after all this hip hop 50 celebration, no. Hip hop needs to humble itself, come back home to the family. Hip hop has brought way too many samples. It's taking this whole music format from the blues. It's taking so much from all the other genres. Only to when you're talking about hip hop, you have all these niggas that act like hip hop is some different shit. And then at the same time, the forefathers of hip hop, people like Dr. Dre, trying to give the genre to a white boy, Eminem. No, hip hop needs to be checked. Thank you, Biz Martin. Hip hop is a bratty child. Hip hop needs to be checked. It's been going around acting like it's doing some new shit that the world seen before. Like I can get why R&B would do that or funk, but hip hop, for it to be such a sample based form of music, for it to be such a borrowed form of music. Kanye West's biggest song, "Say You Wanna Be, All You Wanna Be, Say You Wanna Be," way you just speed up a fucking R&B song, while people are telling me don't compare Kanye West to an R&B producer. No, we as black people, we have so many great legends, Louis Jordan, that we've forgotten about. Only to when you say something about a song, you see hip hop niggas can fight with you all day. They can argue top tens. They could artificially push white boys to the front like Eminem. But then when you want to talk about music, they want to. Yes, they do compare. If I'm using your music, it compares. If it does compare. It does. It actually does. Death Row used the Mary Jane Girls to sing background on a lot of that stuff. Snoop Dogg. They were at Solar Records. The format, the format to hip hop is a blues structure. They do compare. Rap been around. Louis Jordan was rapping. James Brown was rapping. Isaac Hayes was rapping. They do compare. You niggas just ain't been trained to know no fucking music. Y'all been raised on hip hop thinking that hip hop is some different derivative shit. And I'm giving you cognitive dissonance now because the people who explained to you hip hop was people who didn't know what the fuck they was talking about. Yep, rock is black. That's why Chuck Berry gets thrown in the conversation with. That's why Chuck Berry and Little Richard get thrown in the conversation with music because rock is black. No. Hip hop needs to get checked because here's what will make hip hop not uncheckable. I mean, this is what will make hip hop okay. It gets to do its own thing. If hip hop was getting a band of musicians together and creating their own music without any samples, then I would agree with you. Or even programs. If hip hop was just saying, hey, we're going to create our own sound over here that's different from funk and disco, and then we're going to get our own singers and sing our own hooks like Nate Dogg was doing, but he was the rare one. Hip hop to this day is still sampling. It's too dependent. You can't lean on another form of music and then say we different. Yeah, Sister Rosetta Tharpe. You can't lean on these on R&B for your sustenance and then say we're different. No. That's like a child. That's like somebody who stays at their mama's house. You can't stay home with your mama and daddy and then say, mommy and daddy, I'm independent. No, nigga, you gotta move out. Hip hop never moved out. Hip hop never moved out the house. Hip hop just moved into the basement and said, mommy, leave me alone. I wanna smoke my weed and throw a tantrum. But hip hop still lives in the basement. It's never separated itself. Yeah, hip hop is a fast food of black music, Trenton. Yeah. That's why I'm saying that's why I have the approach that I have when it comes to hip hop. Hip hop still hip hop never moved out of its mama's basement. That's what you hip hoppers gotta understand. The reason why hip hop doesn't get autonomy, the reason why when you talk about greatest lyricists, like no. If you're gonna talk about the greatest lyricists, we gotta throw BB King in that conversation. Albert King, Smokey Robinson, Marvin Gaye. We got to throw Stevie Wonder in that, Michael Jackson. These are some lyricists. Ella Fitzgerald. Yeah, hip hop, because you didn't move out your mama's basement. You still living there. You sample too much. You take it too much. You still going up in the refrigerator eating out of mama's kitchen. Hip hop. Get it? See, back in the 70s, you couldn't take somebody else's fucking hook and make it into a sample. You couldn't take a piece of somebody else's beat. You couldn't take somebody else's bass line and make it into your own song. No, god damn it. Every song had its own bass line, its own keyboard licks, its own horn parts, its own string arrangements. You didn't hear string arrangements get used from different songs. You didn't hear Earth, Wind, and Fire say, hey, I like that string arrangement from Confunction. I'm going to use it too. No. You created your own fucking string arrangement. R&B, Al Green didn't say, hey, I like that Marvin Gaye line, let me do it again. No, you create your own fucking line. So no, as long as hip hop is staying in the basement of R&B, funk, and disco, and jazz and blues, as long as it's still staying going up into mama's kitchen, digging in her refrigerator for more samples and music, hip hop will be compared and ranked with those forms of music it's going in the kitchen and eating off of. Hip hop don't pay its own cable bill. Hip hop don't pay its own phone bill. Nigga, hip hop don't even put gas in its own cars. Fuck out of here. What's up, Jason Timms? Oh, today's R&B. Look, this is what we gotta realize about R&B. Real R&B still exists. It just ain't on the radio. Anderson Paak, Leela James has dropped. But even that, because it's more program. Hip hop doesn't have R&B doesn't have the same ingredients it had in the '70s. The live instrumentation and the arrangements. But my man Charlie Burrell is about to drop a nice R&B album. It's gonna drop on Death Row. I was in the studio, um, listening to it with recording it. And matter of fact, I got a fuck album. I'm playing the drums on that's gonna drop pretty soon too. Nigga Jason said I try to keep it low profile. Hell yeah, Miles. We got Miles here. Look at, let me take y'all on a tour of my garage. Look, this is how much I love music. Look, 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 look. Do y'all see this? Ray Charles signed that. Look at the date. Ray Charles died June 9th. He signed this June 6th. Got my Funkadelic. Got Billy. Got Miles. See that Miles right there? And then I got this painting of Dizzy. That's Dizzy. Malcolm and Martin. And then my Black American Music family tree in my garage. Yeah. Love music. No, but hip hop got to get checked. Hip hop got to get checked. It's been running around. Hip hop has been, it's been the kid that bought a nice car but still live at home with his mama. That's what hip hop is. Hip hop bought a nice Mercedes S-Class. Hip hop went ahead while still staying at home with mommy and daddy, bought, the top Escalade or whatever you fancy as the best car that you really like. Hip hop bought that car, but it brings that car back to mama's house, parks it in mama's garage, and lives in mama's basement and say, look at how much of a baller I am. Only thing hip hop is paying for is his car. Hip hop is the thing that's paying for its own car, and it's comparing itself to the person that's bought its own mortgage. It has business expenses, has a bunch of children to raise, and saying, I got a better car than that person that bought their own house. That's hip hop. You compare yourself to people that bought their own house, got mortgages, and you bragging about your car that you bought. Fuck out of here. That's hip hop. But R&B, the nigga Jason said Soldier Boy is hip hop. What's up, Red from Hawaii and Samoa? That's what's up. Salute. That's it. But R&B, you gotta find. You can't. You like Corey Henry makes good R&B. Leela James, J Mo, Jarris Mosey. Oh, hey Jason. Hey Jason, I'm glad you in the chat room. Next Saturday, I'm hosting comedy at the Hidden History Museum at Tariq Nasheed's Hidden History Museum. I am hosting. Come on down. I have a dope lineup. Big Ja, Tory Hart, CP, Yursi Thomas, man, Franchise gonna be up there. It's a good lineup. And then the following Friday, I'm at Fat Fridays in Long Beach. Me and J-Mo. Jarris Mosey is a Grammy-winning guitarist, a musician, and songwriter. He wrote "Giving You the Best of Me" by Anthony Hamilton. He wrote for Anderson .Paak. He wrote and won a Grammy for Jasmine Sullivan with her album Hotels. We have a live music juke joint thing. It's gonna be April 19th in Long Beach. So I got the comedy next Saturday, and then the music the following Friday. I got the music the following Friday. Hey, as a matter of fact, Jason, I'm hitting Lauren up because Lauren came to me to the last Friday night music thing that he had there. Lauren rolled with me. I'm gonna hit Lauren up and tell her about that too. About J Mo's event. I'm hitting a few of the, yeah. I'm hitting up all my homegirls. I like kicking it with. That's one thing I love about my wife. One thing I see. One thing, ladies, you can't be no jealous brides. You know what I mean? You gotta let your men live, ladies. One thing I love and appreciate about my wife know that I've always had a lot of female friends, and she don't trip. She knows who they are. She cool with them. She don't be like, well, yeah. None of that shit. But at the same time, fellas, I give my wife her own attention too. Always. So when I want to hang out with the homegirls, it's not a big deal. The last time J-Mo had Fat Fridays, shit, I called up like 6 of my homegirls, and they was all out there. We was kicking it. Me and like 6 of my homegirls just chilling, listening to the music. My wife was tired that night. I wanted her to come, but she was sleepy. We had just gotten home from Cabo, and she was sleepy as fuck. I still wanted to party. But yeah, April 19th. Yeah, but Hey, Jason, I don't have your. Well, no, I do have your number. I can get it from. I can always get it from. I do have your number, Jason. Shit, I forgot. I do have your. I got it from you when we was at the shindig. I be forgetting you ain't online no more. Next nigga done disappeared off Facebook and Instagram and shit. And I got love for hip hop. I don't want people to be like, "Oh, Dwan hates hip hop." No, I don't hate hip hop. I love hip hop, but hip hop got to check itself. Hip hop got to check itself. Hip hop, when you going around putting people like Eminem and Jay-Z in these GOAT categories, knowing Eminem, he don't what? And then Jay-Z, anything meaningful who he ever said is something somebody else said before him? No, that's not the standard. That's not the standard. That's not the standard. The standard, the standard has always been like originality. Like what? That's not the standard. You don't get no ghost status because you stole a whole bunch of other people's lines. What? No. Someone said it depends on your barometer. Let me tell you what my barometer is. My barometer is the barometer of the forms of music that all of our music is based on. The gospel, the blues, and jazz. Everything comes out of that's the holy trinity of black music. Nothing new has come since. The gospel, the blues, and the jazz. In the blues, your lyricism had to always mean something. They used to have a saying back in the day, you can't be a real blues artist until you're 40 because your lyrics had to say something and had to relate to life. And those double and triple and quadruple entendres had to be on point. And if you didn't make the standard, you had to get the fuck out. That's how it always was in the blues juke joints. Either you cut it with your guitar, you cut it with your lyrics, you cut it with your vocals, or you get cut the fuck out. So if you're not playing to the level in a blues joint, you know what's gonna happen? The person playing the bass or the drums is gonna do a look. And when they do that, somebody's going to walk to your instrument and kick you off. And they're gonna replace you. And no, Robert Johnson is not the greatest blues artist. Fuck, did you listen to that? People didn't know who the fuck Robert Johnson was when he was alive, you fucking idiot. Sit your dumb ass down. Robert Johnson wasn't even a household name when he was living. The fuck you talking about? Here. In jazz, that's where the whole competition, the battle culture comes from in rap and hip, comes from jazz and the blues. Either you're gonna fucking play and you're gonna fucking hit that note, or you're going to get the fuck out of here. No, everybody did not copy Robert Johnson. White artists attached to Robert Johnson. That's why he's so popular now. Fucking idiot. White artists went and found Robert Johnson. Yeah, man. Robert Johnson wasn't as impactful as Albert King. What are you talking about? That niggas is weird. He wasn't as impactful as Little Walter. Fuck out of here. You niggas is dumb as fuck. They over here trying to bring up an artist who wasn't even known when they were living. Somebody who got discovered long after they died by fucking Elton John and no disrespect to Robert Johnson, but he's somebody that got found out later on, long after he died, by white artists. Fuck out of here. But in jazz, so when people say, what standard am I judging music by? I'm judging music by the standard that all of our music is judged by. in the jazz and the blues, if you're not good enough, they don't care how you feel. Get out of here. In church, yeah, the audience, they be like, oh, it's okay, baby. It's okay. That's the audience. You don't know competition till you've been in rehearsal in church. You got 2, 3 drummers waiting. You got a keyboard player that can play the bass. Matter of fact, your keyboard player would rather play the bass. He only play the bass because this nigga's on key. He only play the keyboard because that nigga on bass. Don't hit the standard in church and watch your ass get replaced. In black music, that's right, Sharice. In our music, I was talking to my father-in-law the other day about that. He was talking about how, like, when they would play and they'd be in the studio, whether it be music he did for Michael Jackson or music he did with cutting it, you'd get replaced in the middle of the session. All right, yeah, he's out of here for this session. Yeah, Brian, yeah. That is the standard I judge music by. I don't judge music by how I feel. I don't judge music by what people think. You don't get to take over the conversation. Yeah, Jimmy got replaced. They're like, the greatest musicians got replaced because they weren't cutting it for that song. I was talking to my father-in-law. He's talking about how he very rarely used James Jamerson on bass. Not because James Jamerson isn't one of the greatest fucking bass players of all time. It's just because what James Jamerson would play on bass wasn't fitting what he needed for that particular song. Yeah, swing was brutal. Them Battle of the Bands and them Chick Web swing days, you get clowned if you weren't. If it's your turn if you're in a swing band and it's your turn for a solo and you fuck up one note, you're gonna get clowned. You fuck up 2 notes, you're gonna get warned. You fuck up 3 notes, you're never gonna play that fucking solo again. Next up. That's the standard I judge our music by, including hip hop. There's a reason why Black Americans have had some of the greatest sounds ever in music. It's because we've always had a standard, a supreme standard. And anything that doesn't meet that standard, don't leave the cutting room for, my nigga. Yeah, James Brown take members, money from the band. Watch. I gotta go back and edit and finish editing this interview with Miss Alex Brown. She talks about how she was an alto when she was singing background from Ray Charles, when she was one of the Raylettes. And she replaced one of the sopranos. So there was a note, and she said Ray, when he would sing, when he would play, he would, whatever note he wanted you to sing, he would hit that note in the middle of a fucking concert. And she talked about how Ray Charles clowned her in the middle of a concert. He said, Miss Alex, she had like she can't sing tonight. You gonna hit that note. Ray Charles in the middle of a concert told her, you gonna hit that note, and then played the note. Dun, 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 dun. Mind you, this woman's an alto, and he's having her hit a soprano note. And you know what Miss Alex Brown said happened? She went back out there the next show, and she hit the note. And she talks about how that gave her confidence throughout the rest of her career to do anything. We used to have a standard in our music. Either you met the bar or you didn't. And that's the standard I judge my music off of. My man Jason in the chat, we've had these conversations before. One of his favorite bands is the Ohio Players. Jason, am I wrong? We talked about that shit probably 10, 15 years ago. My nigga Jason loved the Ohio Players. The Ohio Players were a jazz band. They switched to funk to keep up with the times. That's the standard that I'm talking about. When Junie Morrison left the Ohio Players, the Ohio Players got tired of always looking for lead singers. So guess what they did? When Junie Morrison left and did his own thing, and then eventually went over to Parliament Funkadelic, Sugarfoot, somebody who never sang before, got up and started singing lead. Like, fuck it, the show must go on. That used to be our standard. Parliament Funkadelic is on my personal Mount Rushmore. I love Parliament. Parliament Funkadelic, you get a whole spiritual message, especially the early Funkadelic. Parliament Funkadelic is very spiritual and musical. And they had the doo-wop sound, the singers, and the band, and the lyrics. Other musicians of this caliber are all around today. They sit around. They sit around, just budget, and most of them are touring. The budgets won't pay. People won't pay to record these musicians. But the musicians, Chris Dave on drums, Derek Hodge on bass. Oh, one of them, what's his name, just passed away last week. Casey Benjamin, saxophonist. Casey Benjamin was dope, man. Rest in peace, Casey Benjamin. His work with Robert Glasper, oh my God. Rest in peace, Casey Benjamin. Jarris Mosey, J-Mo. Told you, if you're in LA, April 19th, come out to our show with me and J-Mo, April 19th. One of the greatest fucking guitars you'll ever hear in your goddamn life. The Free Nationals, T Nava. Man, these musicians are still here. They still here. They are still here. Christian Scott, Atlanta Penderhughes, Terrace Martin, Kamasi Washington, Ryan Porter, Joseph Leonberg, Justin Tyson on drums, Tony Austin on drums. What's his name? Thundercat, his brother Ronald Bruner. I mean, we can go down the list. The cats are still here. We got some crazy dope musicians that are sitting around. Yeah. So I'm about to get up out of here, y'all. I've been talking to y'all long enough. I got my music class to teach in the morning, 10 in the morning, to all my music students. But let's get to the point to where we can just talk about music. And if somebody likes one artist, it doesn't mean they're hating on another artist. If somebody doesn't like a particular rapper, it doesn't mean they're hating on that region. No, I don't like J. Cole's music because he puts me to fucking sleep. That says nothing about the music of North Carolina. That says nothing about Fonte and Little Brother and other cats in North Carolina. It just means I don't like J. Cole's music. And that's fine. If you like J. Cole's music, fine. I'm not going to argue with you. But stop being a hoe and arguing with niggas that got differences of opinion than you. That shit's weird, niggas. Where did I get this? I got this from DwannB.com on my website. Thanks for asking. DwannB.com. You can order your hoodie right now. You see it? Black people don't owe anybody anything but an ass whooping. You can get that on my website, DwannB.com. DWANNB.com. Yeah, foreign exchange, yep. Somebody Baltimore would say how many times I get jumped. Never. I ain't never got no fucking jumped. LA, you don't perpetrate, you good. All people getting jumped, the niggas that's banging, the nigga that's perpetrating. I never perpetrated, so I've got nothing but love in this city, South Central LA. Whether I'm walking down Crenshaw, Western, Normandy, Hoover, or Hooper, I get nothing but love here. He said, "Stay off Tupac's dick, people expand your horizons." Appreciate that, G. What's up, Netta J? Always come in right when I'm about to sign off. Hey, Netta J, this is like the third time this week you came in right when I'm about to sign off. That should be funny. If Netta J come in the room, that mean I'm about to log off. She be like, this nigga Dwan about to get off. Let me get on. I'm just fucking with you. Yeah, Pac been gone for 28 years. And again, I have nothing but look, you're never going to hear me disrespect Pac. And I understand Pac's impact. I understand Tupac's impact. I understand Tupac's greatness. He's just somebody I don't listen to that much. Picture Me Rolling doesn't appeal to me. You know, it just don't. It never has. You know, Tupac had a lot of, topics that he talked about that was deep. He also had a lot of topics that he talked about that only impresses simple niggas. I'm not being a thug and picture me rolling and all that. That just didn't do anything for me. Hail Mary, I didn't like that. I didn't like Hail Mary. Hail Mary, come with me. What do we have here now? All you niggas that like being hard and being tough, you niggas like that song. I don't like that song. Run with me. Hail Mary. Never liked it. Sorry. And the most revolutionary album of 1996 didn't even come out of hip hop. The most revolutionary album out of 1996 came from Michael Jackson. History, nigga. Tupac, Biggie, none of them niggas did a song as gangster as They Don't Really Care About Us as the song Money on the History album. Michael Jackson had a song called DS where he went out the fucking district attorney where he lived and said, hi, you couldn't get me, motherfucker. Songs like the Earth song, none of that, nothing hip hop is as gangsters as those songs on Michael Jackson's History album. We've gotten just as gangster in R&B. Stevie Wonder's "You Haven't Done Nothing" with the Jackson 5 singing background, nigga. Fuck out of here. Funkadelic "America Eats His Young," nigga. So yeah, man, yeah. Stranger in Moscow, yeah. Michael Jackson, man, that shit was. Michael Jackson was revolutionary. Prince was a revolutionary too. You're right, Jason. People get bent out of shape over other people's opinions. So I don't really fuck them. I don't really. I like the sports stuff. I just troll sports fans because them niggas is fucking stupid. Niggas be getting mad over sports. Yeah, I don't really get into real sports debates anymore. That shit's fucking stupid. Prince did a lot of innovative things. Remember when one of Prince's last album, he had it distributed through Target, and you can only buy his album. I think it was Lotus Flower, that album. And I gotta go back. I still have my Lotus Flower CD that I got. I think it was the Lotus Flower album. You had to buy that shit through Target. Prince was very innovative. H-Book said Prince is weird on me. I get it, you know. Let me tell y'all something about me if I ever cuss y'all out. Look, I respect everybody's opinions. But if you come at me for my opinion, I'm going to disrespect you. Somebody can say, hey, I don't really like that. I like this. And I'll be like, cool. But if somebody says, Dwan, you're crazy for liking that. I like this. Now I'm going to talk about your mama. Because, yeah, once you bring and throw a shot at me, all rules go out the window. I don't, sometimes if I'll play shot for shot, but for the most part, I don't like playing shot for shot. You shoot a BB gun at me, I'm going to shoot you with a Scud missile. Come at me with a bullshit shot, going to hurt your feelings and make you think about your life. So let's keep it civil and keep it respectful. Just say, hey, I don't like that. I like this. That's cool. You call me something, it's going to be a problem. Now, I'm not a big fan of West Side Gun or Conway. Somebody, you got people that be in the chat room comment, really thinking that you digressing or saying something against what I'm saying means something. Fuck out of here. Calm down your self-importance. You're not that important. You know, just you're a person with an opinion, just like everyone else that has an opinion. You're not set apart and sanctified. You're just a person with an opinion. Chill. Not that serious. Hell yeah, maggot brain. I love the maggot brain. Not that I don't like Kanye, it's just not my style. It just Kanye doesn't hold my attention. Kanye just doesn't hold my attention. Now Scarface, that nigga hold my attention. I love Scarface. Oh, Mike, see you got tickets to the comedy show next week. That's what's up. Yeah. You want to see my guns? I got one of my guns sitting in this holster right here. I always got a gun near me. I always got a pistol near me and a crystal. Oh, chat room. Before I get up out of here, I didn't tell y'all On top of my card reading, I read dice too. I'm gonna do some dice reading shows next week. Sometime next week I'm gonna do a call-in show where y'all can call in and I'm gonna read the dice on the situation. Most of you niggas didn't even know you can read dice. Well, most people didn't know you can read cards until I told you. Yeah, I read dice. And the numbers that come out in the dice tell you the message that you need to know. Yep, numbers. And it's a particular pattern to the numbers. My favorite song album is probably Fresh. The Fresh album. Because I got In Time and If You Want Me to Stay on it. Oh, y'all know about dice? Yeah, I read playing cards and dice. All them casino games that you niggas play casinos, yeah, I thought it was just casino games. I'm gonna read some dice for y'all next week on live. Yeah, I'm going to open up the card reading course again, probably late spring. I'm going to do the card reading course again. Right now, I'm in my music history course. But I will open up the card reading course again. Yeah, you can read dice. It's a particular rhythm. It's numbers included with a little bit of the science. You know, you can straight across with just numbers, but it's also a rhythm on how the numbers roll out. Too much to explain to you guys now, but when I show y'all, y'all gonna like it. Y'all gonna like it. 27-year-old black man, what's the best advice for you in this world? King Jr., man, you young folks in y'all 20s, y'all don't understand. When I see a black person, man or woman, in their 20s, man, they got my heart. Because that's that critical time of your life. You're 27, so that means you're at the end of your childhood. The childhood phase of your life ends at 27. You're now about to start going into the early ages of your adulthood. You're out of your Venus years, going into your Mars years, so you're going into your challenge years. This is what you need to know as a 27-year-old young man. You need to know that you need to trust yourself. You need to know that you need to love yourself, and everything you need to know everything you need to know in life, everything you need in life, Mr. 27-year-old young man, you already have. But you've been socialized to look at other people. You've been socialized to trust other people. You haven't been socialized to trust yourself. So trust yourself, number one. And when I say trust yourself, let yourself tell you where you need to be at any particular time. Hone your skills. Whatever job you're at, learn where the money moves. Learn how the money moves at 27. Whatever skill, if you're curious about anything, if there's anything you want to learn, anything you want to do, learn it. Learn it. You're 27 years old. I started comedy at 29, you know? I started reading cards in my mid-30s. You know? I started reading dice in my late 30s. Early 20s. I don't do that no more. But I started working with kids as a volunteer tutor as a teenager. Ultimately became a profession. Learn. Just learn, man. Just learn. Learn. If you don't know what you want to do in life, think about being an electrician. If you want to be an electrician, go to and apply at the local union in your city. Don't go to school first. Go to the local and apply first. It's like, learn your skills, nigga. Learn your skills and trust yourself. Trust yourself. Learn your skills. I'm not doing call-ins now because I'm on my phone. Call-ins only work on my computer. I'm on my phone, Frank Green, so I can't do. I would do call-ins, but I can't. I'm on my phone. Yeah, if you're a man, I always got time for cats in their teens and their 20s. I always got time for y'all. I always got time for people in their teens and their 20s. Always. Always. Because you're important to me. I don't fuck with old dumb motherfuckers. But people in their teens and their 20s, especially if you have the wisdom and you have the courage to reach out to me, I always got time for you. Yeah. So that's what we on, man. Old is somebody that keep doing the same goddamn thing over and over again and not learning from that shit. That's old. Old is a motherfucker that keep running into the same goddamn mistakes and keep making the same mistakes over and over again. Yeah, Jason always make time. Like Jason drive that bus, man. I always respected Jason, man. Jason when he got in that bus, nigga Jason own houses now, doing his own fucking thing. That's why I be tripping people that be like, man, LA niggas, nigga. All my LA friends is doing it. Like I don't have any bum LA friends. Me and Jason's mutual friend Reggie, this nigga's a recruiter. This nigga's makes so much goddamn money as a recruiter. And nigga, all of our friends is nigga homeowners and married and I don't know. Like we ain't got a whole bunch of homeboys that's locked up and in jail and dead. Like some, of course, we all know niggas that died. We all know some people that got locked up, but nigga, our crew is doing good. You know. Yeah, that nigga Reggie be too busy on TikTok, Jason. That's the problem. This nigga Reggie be out on TikTok talking about. Frank Green, you be 39 next week. I'm gonna add you as a moderator. Yeah, like yeah, we all grew up in the inner city, but it don't really hit until you 40. 40 is when it hits. Jason, tell these niggas, you from LA, man? Us regular square niggas, we didn't. Man, me and Jason go back to when we was in middle school, high school. We never dealt with no gang shit. We grew up in the middle of the hood, but we didn't bang. So niggas left us alone. Like, just don't bang. Nigga, we would just be hooping, playing basketball. Them Jerry Curl wearing niggas that was gang banging didn't have time to be fucking with us. We just wanted to hoop. You know? I'm about to get up out of here though, for real. It's Saturday night. I think I'm gonna crack open another bottle of wine and listen to my motherfucking music, nigga. Hell nah, I never had a Jerry Curl Baltimore bully. My mama wouldn't even let me get a bowl cut back in the day. I wanted a bowl cut back in the day. I couldn't get one. Back in like 88, my brother cut a bowl cut in my head. My mom was like, nah, you can't have that. Nah. Hey, but yeah, nah, Jason. Jason, you got my number 2, nigga. Hit me up, motherfucker. Shit. But next Saturday, Hidden History Museum. The following Friday, Grade Long Beach. We are doing our live music, me and Jarris Mosey. All right? Y'all have a good one.